I left Kennedy Meadows this morning, not too long ago, from Grumpy Bears. Had a great day off, got all my new gear, got the ice axe and my micro spikes, and I've hit the trail again. I just entered the South Sierra Wilderness, and I am now in Sequoia National Forest. Not the park, the forest. Feels pretty wild to finally be here. Pretty excited, a little nervous, I guess. Not digging carrying this heavier gear. A bear can, man. Whew. That puts some extra weight in your pack, especially when it's jam-packed full of food. So, here we go. To make it even a little bit better, it's kind of overcast, so it's not too sunny and not too hot. But man, it's just amazing. Big, beautiful meadows, tall, rocky granite mountains, kind of a burnt down forest behind me. It's just so beautiful. So I'm about 20 miles outside of Kennedy Meadows. I'm currently sitting at over 10,000 feet. It was just snowing a second ago. Made camp, and I'm actually about to do something that I haven't done since I've been out here, and that is eat hot food. So I cold soaked for the first 700 miles, and I decided to finally pick up a can and put my stove to use, and I am currently cooking some couscous. Well, I'm boiling water to make couscous. It'll be different because, you know, it's hot. Plus, I have some coconut oil to put in the couscous to kind of jazz it up a little bit and give it a little bit more fat. Today was pretty interesting, leaving Kennedy and climbing up into the beginnings of the Sierra. I got rained on a little bit. So many beautiful water sources and just amazing pines. The trail has completely changed to a totally different environment, and I am so glad to say goodbye to the desert. So I'm going to eat my couscous, jump in the home, and hit the hay and do it all over again tomorrow. Had a pretty cold night last night and pretty cold this morning. I woke up with a lot of ice on the inside of my tent because of condensation freezing, and then the outside of my tent this morning was completely frozen, and I had to really shake it off and get all the frost off of it. I think that last night we had an ice storm. To me it sounded like rain at first, but I'm pretty sure it was ice. So it is pretty freezing cold. I am a little over 10,000 feet, about to go a little bit higher. Word is I'm gonna get into some snow today, which yay. So keep pushing on, and hopefully today will warm up quite a bit. I can stop and dry my tent out and dry my bones out. Good way to start the Sierras. trail is absolutely beautiful this morning. I finally feel like I'm in the Sierras. See all these snow-capped mountains in the back, and I get through these little valleys and meadows, big granite rock, huge old growth pine trees. So good. so good. I'm gonna be stopping for lunch today, about 13 and a half miles in from where I camped last night. Apparently it's kind of like on a ridge, and there's cell service there, and apparently it's the last cell service for quite some time. I want to say it's like the last cell service until VVR, which is quite a ways away. So I'm gonna take advantage of that, get a hold of Snuggles, get a hold of some other people, try to plan out the next week for myself where I'm gonna go into resupply. Trying to decide if I'm gonna go into Independence or Bishop. It's a little further into Bishop, but then I have to figure out the whole summiting Mount Whitney thing. You know, at first I wasn't gonna summit Mount Whitney. I was like, no, it's too much trouble, there's gonna be too much snow, but come on, I'd be stupid if I didn't summit Mount Whitney, so I'll definitely be doing that. And then I still have to figure out how to get my waterproof socks that I ordered that the post office lost. So hopefully I can get those forwarded to Bishop or Independence or wherever I'm going to be popping into. But again, the trail is just, it's beautiful. It's so good today. Just got done taking a lunch, drying my tent off, getting some cell service for the last time in quite some time, and pretty much planning my next handful of days. So I do plan on going into Bishop. I'm gonna get off at Kearsarge Pass, get down into Independence, and then find a way to hitch into Bishop, and the waterproof socks that I have bought on Amazon should be waiting for me at a hostel that's in Bishop. I'll resupply there, take a night off, and then come back up and dive deeper into the Sierras. Got to talk to Snuggles for a little bit. She ended up hanging out at Kennedy Meadows for another day, helping out hikers, shuttling them around. And now she's back off on her own adventure, and I'm back off on my own adventure. So, beautiful, beautiful day today. I'm gonna do about 8 more miles for the day. I'm trying to keep my days in the Sierras to 20 miles. I don't wanna go too crazy. I don't wanna hike too many miles. One, I wanna enjoy it. Two, it's harder terrain. There's gonna be snow here in a little bit. Probably gonna have to do some post-holing, climbing Whitney, all of that. So I'm trying to lower my miles down a little bit and take it a little easy. Enjoy it while I can. Here we go. Well, I have made it to the end of another day out here on the PCT. It ended up being just a 20-mile day, but I think because of the elevation change between like 9,000 and 10,000 just up and down all day, it felt more like a 30-mile day. It probably doesn't help that I'm having a little bit of hip pain and IT band pain. I think because of the shin tendon problem that I had that I've gotten over. I was overcompensating a lot and walking kind of with a gimp, and I think that's caused a little bit of an injury or a strain in my IT band on the other leg. So I was pretty much dealing with that all day today. It definitely wears you out a little bit quicker whenever you have just kind of a dull pain hanging out in your hip all day. But I found a good little campsite here about 9,500 feet, got my tent set up, got here pretty early. I don't like really getting to camp super early. I got here at like 4:45. I like hiking later than that, but I'm trying not to push it through here. I'm trying to take my time, trying to only do 20-mile days. About to eat some food, relax a little bit, and I'm actually gonna make a fire tonight. I haven't made a fire on trail for a very long time, probably since the section hike that I did of the CDT. So tonight I'm gonna treat myself. Since it's early, it's chilly, there's a fire pit, somebody collected some wood, I am going to make a fire. And then I'm gonna hit the hay. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to get to the base of Mount Whitney, or at least to the trailhead where you take to go to Mount Whitney, and camp there for the night. I think it's a little over 20 miles. And then on Thursday I'm gonna summit Whitney back down, and then on Friday I'm gonna try to make it into Kearsarge Pass, which is Independence and Bishop. Go in there, resupply, do everything that I gotta do, and then pick up the package that I should have waiting on me. So, good night. Well, I am pretty excited for a lot of different reasons today. Number one, this morning I should be hiking into Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, which are two of my favorite parks in the country. I've spent a little bit of time in both of those. It's gonna be really cool to walk into them and hike through them. Number two, word is that I'm probably gonna catch up to Foxtrot today. And I haven't seen Foxtrot since Wrightwood. So it'll be awesome to see a familiar face, catch up with him. And then number three is by the end of the day, as long as everything goes okay, I'm gonna end up doing 24 miles today, and I'll be at the base of Mount Whitney, where tomorrow morning I can wake up and start to climb to the top of the highest peak in the lower 48. So pretty exciting day today, a lot to look forward to. And yeah. Doing just a crazy, steep, hard climb. Mainly because of the elevation. Going up over 11,000 feet. Pretty close to the base of Whitney. So, pretty tuckered out. Well, today ended up being a pretty decent day. I ended up hooking up with a good old friend named Craynep that I actually hiked a bunch of miles of the AT with back in 2015. Finally caught up to him, and we hiked most of the day together, doing a 25-mile day to the base of Mount Whitney, and then hooked up with another hiker named Tang, who is actually the cousin of Foxtrot, who I was previously hiking with. So we're camped at the base of Whitney right now. It's about 7.5 miles to the peak, and we're gonna get up in the morning and hit that, get back down here, and then I think that I'm gonna try to hike a little bit past here. So on Friday, it's a shorter day over Forester Pass and a shorter day into Kearsarge Pass. So that is the plan. But just an awesome day on the trail, super beautiful, amazing scenery, a little bit of snow, nothing crazy though. I don't think the craziness will start until Forester Pass. So right now, still pretty docile on the snow and ice. So Mount Whitney awaits in the morning.